Hey and welcome to another video on the channel, and if you are new, hit the subscribe button to join the circle because you do not want to not be here. Today I'm going to be talking about natural hair public enemy number 1, breakage. So many people in the natural hair community are suffering from this issue. Some know, some don't know. Your hair shall just say is not growing again, or maybe it's even feeling like it's getting shorter self. You have rubbed all the oil, you have done all the treatments, you have used all the ayurvedic herbs, your hair shall say nope, I'm not moving. Then it is possible that breakage is your issue. It's not hair growth. Your hair is always growing from your scalp, unless maybe you have sick one kind sick that is not allowing your hair to grow again. But on a normal day, your hair is always growing from your scalp. But you see, if your hair is breaking at the same rate that it is growing, you're not going to see any changes in your hair length. Let's do some quick math. 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. If your hair grows 2 inches and then breakage claims 2 inches, you're not going to see any change in length. That's just how it is. But there are some things that you can do to rectify this issue and start seeing some length. The first cause of breakage that I think is the biggest, most important one is dryness. Once your hair is dry, it just starts to break. And if you try doing anything to your hair while it is dry, you're combing your hair when it is dry, you're styling your hair when it is dry, your hair is just going to be breaking off anyhow. I recently did a video about dryness and how to fix it. I'm going to link it in the description. You should go and watch that video because it is very detailed. It has so many tips on how to combat dryness. Once you master moisture retention, then it's possible that all this wahala that you're chasing ayurvedic herbs and oils and rice water up and down is going to be solved. You see, once your hair is moisturized, it's going to become elastic. So it's not the one that any small tug, any small pull is going to, nope, it's going to just stretch and bounce back. Make sure you keep your hair moisturized. Make sure you protect your hair so that the moisture stays intact. Embrace things like protective styles, wearing your satin bonnets, not just to bed but indoors, because you never know. When you're indoors, you will not know when you will just mistakenly lie down your bed and fall asleep for a quick 5-minute nap that ends up becoming a straight 3 hours. All these small things, they are removing moisture from your hair and leading to dryness, which ultimately leads to breakage. So make sure that you are conscious of these things. Another cause of breakage is you don't pay enough attention to your ends. The ends of your hair, those are the oldest parts of your hair. If you think back to when you started your natural hair journey, maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the ends of your hair, those are the OGs that started with you that time. All these other parts, they are newbies. They just came in. But you see these ones, they're already old. They're already tired. They're already weak. You need to pay extra attention to your ends. So when you're moisturizing your hair, make sure you add a little bit more product to your ends. When you're deep conditioning, you need to put a little more focus on your ends because they are the weakest parts of your hair. Okay. Number 3, please, in the name of Jesus, I beg you, stop doing tight, high tension hairstyles. Even a high puff can be dangerous given the situation. Like if you are doing your high puff and it is so tight that you can't blink without pain, then what are we doing here? Why are you even complaining? It's one thing for your ends to be chopping off. It's another thing if your hair is chopping off from the middle. That's half your hair length gone. Please, when you are doing your hairstyles, be considerate, not just to yourself because you're going to be in pain, but also to your hair. There are some hard brushes. I had a friend in school. You know this hard brush that we normally use to do all these sleek hairstyles? Her own was so strong, you can use it to wash jeans and even the jeans would tear. Why are you using that kind of brush on your hair? Which kind of slick are you looking for? That is the brush that is required to slick it. Yourself, please, when you're doing your hairstyles, be considerate to yourself and to your hair. Number 4, over manipulation. Your hand does not used to come out from your head. You are always doing something to your head. You are changing your hairstyle every day. You are always combing, brushing, straightening, pulling, slicking, rubber banding. Just once, leave your hair alone. I don't know if you've noticed, no matter how well you detangle your hair, every time you run a comb through it, hair will come out. No matter, you finish detangling your hair now, in 1 hour, comb your hair again, there will be hair in that comb. Please, let's be learning how to leave our hair alone from time to time. That is why protective styles exist, so that you can put your hair in a protective style and just leave it there. Let's just be growing. If you are somebody that just can't do without putting your hand in your hair, a protective style that I would recommend for you is mini twist. You see, with mini twist, you can style your hair, you can do anything to your hair, you can be changing your hairstyle every day, but your hair is still in a protective style. If you are in mini twist or even mini braids, you can easily wash your hair, deep condition your hair, re-moisturize your hair. You can take care of your hair as if your hair is out in a normal afro, but it is in mini twist. That's why I love that mini twist hairstyle so much. I have a whole video dedicated to how mini twist can help you make your natural hair journey so much easier. It's going to be linked in the description. So please make sure that you put your hair in one protective style or the other and just leave it. A good rule of thumb is whatever style you are putting your hair in, make sure it can last at the very least, make sure it lasts 1 week. So if you are going to do, let's say, a sleek ponytail, make sure you carry that sleek ponytail for at least 1 week. If you are going to put your hair in cornrows, make sure you are going to carry those cornrows for at least 1 week. Please be leaving your hair alone. And then when you are combing it, when you are trying to even put your hair in a style, use a wide tooth comb or a good detangling brush. Make sure you finger detangle before you even start using any comb to loosen all those big knots and tangles that normally a comb will just tear through. And forget that rat tail comb when it comes. Don't use a small comb to detangle your hair, I beg you, in the name of Jesus. Sometimes you don't even need to consider your hair, just consider yourself. Imagine how much pain you will go through when you are using a small comb to detangle your hair. Do you want that? Do you want to be in pain? No. So use a wide tooth comb, finger detangle, be gentle with your hair. Don't use too much tension, don't over manipulate. Oh, another thing that could be causing breakage is heat or chemical damage. So if you are someone who is very conversant with heat, always blow drying, always silk pressing, steam pressing, or depressing, you're always applying heat to your hair one way or the other, on top of the fact that you have to use a heat protectant, it is not advised that you use heat on your hair on a regular basis, because heat can cause your hair strands to become really dry and weak and brittle, which will make them break even easier than normal. So please, once in a while, just be leaving your hair alone. Let it be wet, let it enjoy. I don't know if you have heard this before, but natural hair's best friend is water. So if you are always blow drying, always silk pressing, always straightening, it can lead to a lot of breakage, which you will not like. Then for the chemical aspect of things, if you are somebody that is very adventurous with your hair, you like to bleach your hair, dye your hair, or if you are on relaxer, because relaxer is also a form of chemical treatment as well. So you see, these dyes and bleaches and relaxers, they break down the chemical composition of your hair. For a relaxer now, it will break down the chemical composition of your hair in order to make your hair straight. For a dye or a bleach, it will break down the chemical composition of your hair to remove the color that is in it. So once all that is done and your hair is bleached, your hair is significantly weaker than it was. There are treatments and products that are targeted towards color treated hair, so make sure you prioritize using those products because they have been specifically formulated for your type of hair. Make sure that you are very consistent with your protein regimen, because protein will help to build up your hair strands where they have been broken down before. But also try to reduce how often you do these things to your hair. Like if you're relaxing or color treating your hair every single month, that's way too often. So make sure that you do your research and space out these treatments throughout the year so that it doesn't affect your hair too much and lead to excessive breakage. For honorable mentions, this is one thing that I noticed personally, and I feel like a lot of people might have noticed as well. When you are dealing with your hair, especially if you're somebody that you do your hair by yourself, you're a DIY queen, then please, when you are handling your hair, make sure that your nails are filed and smooth, because any snags in your nails will lead to snags in your hair. I've noticed this way too many times. It happens to me so often. I hate it. Even now that I have my nails done and I have my hair in this protective style, sometimes when I want to just scratch my scalp, I can feel 1 or 2 strands of hair snag on my nails. So I try to reduce how often I put my hands in my hair anyway. So if my hair is itchy or anything, I can just grab a comb and just try and reach for the itch and scratch it instead of using my fingernails. And even sometimes your combs or your hair tools can be chipped or have snags in them, so make sure you check your hair tools and your fingernails before you put your hands or your tools in your hair, just to make sure that there are no snags there or nothing that can snag or entangle your hair. Okay, so to sum up, make sure your hair is moisturized, try and avoid heat as much as possible, and try and space out your chemical treatments throughout the year. Avoid tight hairstyles and embrace natural protective styles like mini twists and mini braids. Use less manipulation, be gentle, and use gentle tools to reel along. I would suggest that you go and watch my video on dryness, especially if you are somebody that is dealing with both breakage and dryness. It's possible that those two conditions are linked. If you do not know the difference between a leave-in conditioner and a deep conditioner, then I have a video for you as well. I have actually a lot of videos that are going to help you make your natural hair journey a lot easier than it probably is right now. And I'm going to link a bunch of them in the description. You can go and explore, and I'll see you in my very next video. Bye.